Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the topic important days of August month. Session will be quite interesting and important, so stay tuned with us till the end. Let's start. The first question is, every year when is World Ranger Day observed across the globe? So this day is observed on 31st of July and it is the 18th edition of this day that was observed with the theme Rangers Powering Transformative Conservation. Next, World Lung Cancer Day. It is observed when? This day is observed on 1st of August globally to raise awareness about the lung cancer disease. Question asked is about the theme. What is the theme for the World Lung Cancer Day? It is Stronger Together United for Lung Cancer Awareness. Next is every year when is Muslim Women's Right Day observed and also known as your Muslim Mahila Adhikar Divas. So this day is observed on 1st of August and it is the 6th anniversary of this day. Next, which FinTech Day is annually observed across the globe on 1st of August to raise awareness about the growing importance of FinTech sector in modernizing financial services and improving access to financial products. This day commemorates the death anniversary of whom? It commemorates the death anniversary of Cosimo de Medici, an Italian banker and politician in 1464. Next is on which date is the World Breastfeeding Week observed annually to raise awareness and promote action in support of breastfeeding. So, World Breastfeeding Week observed from 1st to 7th of August. Theme being prioritize breastfeeding, create sustainable support system. Next, World Wide Web, celebrated annually on 1st of August, commemorates the development of World Wide Web by whom? By Tim Berners-Lee. Next, the Indian Organ Donation Day is annually observed on 3rd of August to commemorate the first successful diseased organ transplant in India. Question asked is, mention the organization which observes the Indian Organ Donation Day. So mention that organization. Which is that organization? It is your National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization. And this year it was the 15th edition of this day that was observed. Next, every year when is National Bone and Joint Day observed across India to raise awareness about the importance of strong bones and joints in the people of all ages and to educate them about preventive measures and early detection of various musculoskeletal disorders and conditions. So, National Bone and Joint Day observed on 4th of August. Next, Hiroshima Day, right? It is observed on 6th of August to commemorate the atomic bombing of Hiroshima in Japan by USA. 6th of August marks which anniversary of atomic bombing of Hiroshima? It is the 80th anniversary of the Hiroshima bombing. Next, National Javelin Day is observed across India to commemorate the remarkable achievement of Neeraj Chopra during the Tokyo Olympic Games, where he secured gold medal for India in the javelin throw event. So, every year, when is this National Javelin Day observed? It is observed on 7th of August every year, and this is the 4th edition of the National Javelin Day that was observed. Next, Nagasaki Day. We observed Hiroshima Day. Now it is your Nagasaki Day observed on 9th of August. And it also marks the 80th anniversary of the bombing here, right? Because after 3 days only this was bombed. Next, every year Quit India Movement Day, also known as Agast Kranti Divas, is observed across India on 8th of August to commemorate the anniversary of Quit India Movement launched on this date in which year? It was in 1942. Right, Agast Kranti, and this is the 83rd anniversary of this Agast Kranti. Next, every year when is International Day of the World's Indigenous People, also known as the World Tribal Day, observed across the globe to raise awareness and promote the rights cultures, and identities of the indigenous communities while highlighting the unique challenges they face globally. So, this day observed on 9th of August. Take a note of it. Next is World Sanskriti Day. World Sanskrit Day. Sanskrit is one of the oldest language in the world, also known as the International Sanskrit Day or Sanskrit Divas, Vishwa Samskrita Dinam, observed annually across the globe on Shravana Purnima, the full moon day of the Hindu month of the Shravana, to promote Sanskrit language. This day it marks the birth anniversary of whom? It marks the birth anniversary of the Panini, the renowned Sanskrit scholar and the grammarian. Then Sanskrit week is also observed from 6th to 12th of August. Right? Next, World Lion Day, annually observed across the globe on 10th of August to raise awareness about the lion, and the scientific name of lion is Panthera leo. This is to promote the efforts to protect the important role in the ecosystem and cultural heritage worldwide of lion. This year it marks which anniversary? It was the 13th anniversary or 13th edition observance of the World Lion Day. Next, every year when is World Biofuel Day observed worldwide to spread awareness about the benefits of using non-biofuels, that are your green fuels, instead of the traditional fossil fuels. So we observe this day on 11th of August, and this is the third edition of this day that was observed. Next, every year when is World Steel Pen Day observed to highlight the cultural and historical importance of steel pen, the national musical instrument of the Trinidad and Tobago, and their role in promoting sustainable development. So theme, when do we observe this? It is on 11th of August. Right, take a note of this. Next, World Elephant Day observed annually across the world on 12th of August to raise awareness about the preservation and protection of elephants, also known as the gentle giants worldwide. What is the theme of the World Elephant Day? It is asked. Theme being bridging the world together to help elephants, and this day is observed on 12th of August. Next is identify the host for the 2025 International Youth Day global event jointly organized by United Nations Human Settlement Program and United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. So identify the host here, host being Nairobi, Kenya, right? And this is also the headquarter for United Nations Environment Program. And this was the 30th anniversary of the World Program for Action of Youth. Correct? So take a note of that also. So international, identify the host for the International Youth Day. It is Nairobi, Kenya. Next is World Organ Donation Day. It is annually observed across the globe on 13th of August to commemorate the first successful organ transplant in 1954. What is the theme of the World Organ Donation Day observed? So the theme being answering the call here. Next is every year when is International Left-Handers Day observed across the globe to celebrate the uniqueness, advantages and disadvantages of being left-handers who account for approximately 10% of the world's population. It is 13th of August we observe this International Left-Handers Day. Next, every year when is Partition Horror Remembrance Day, that is the National Memorial Day in India, observed to honor the victims and reflect on the pain and suffering caused by 1947 partition of British India. So when is this Partition Horror Remembrance Day observed? It is observed on 14th of August, and this is the 5th annual commemoration of this Partition Horror Remembrance Day in India. Also this day it coincides with the Pakistan's Independence Day. Next, every year when is Humanitarian Day observed globally to honor humanitarian workers, including those killed or injured while helping the most vulnerable. So it is 19th of August we observe this day, and it is the 22nd anniversary of this day. Next, Sadbhavna Divas or Harmony Day observed on 20th of August every year. This day marks the birth anniversary of which former Prime Minister? So it marks the birth anniversary of the Rajiv Gandhi ji, who is the former Prime Minister of our India. Next, every year World Mosquito Day. When do we observe this? On 20th of August, World Mosquito Day. Then World Senior Citizen Day is observed on 21st of August. Theme is being asked for the World Senior Citizens Day. Theme being empowering elderly voices for an inclusive future, right? And this is the theme here that you need to remember. Next, when is International Day of Remembrance of the Slave Trade and its Abolition observed to honor the memory of all the people who suffered under the transatlantic slave trade during the colonial era? So it is, when do we observe this international day for the remembrance of the slave trade? It is 23rd of August, right? Observed by UNESCO. Next, National Space Day observed on 23rd of August to honor the historic success of ISRO's which mission? It was ISRO's Chandrayaan 3 mission and successful deployment of the Pragyan rover. And our country became the 4th country to put a rover on the south pole of the moon. Next, every year World Water Week, the leading global conference on the water crisis, is observed during the last week of August. When is the World Water Week observed? So it is observed from 24th to 28th of August. World Water Week. Next, every year when is International Day Against Nuclear Test observed across the globe to raise awareness about the efforts of nuclear weapon test explosions and advocating for a nuclear free weapon world. This day is observed on 29th of August and it is the 16th observation of this day. Next is National Sports Day, also known as Rashtriya Khel Divas, observed on 29th of August to commemorate the birth anniversary of Dhyan Chand Singh, the legendary Indian sports player. Right, he was also known by the Wizard of Hockey. He is related to which sport? He is related to hockey, and this year it was the 14th edition of the National Sports Day that was observed. Next, when is United Nations International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances observed every year? It is observed on 30th of August. Right, take a note of this. First observed in 2011. So these are your important current affairs day, students. Now let's move to some revision part that will be quite beneficial for you all.
On September, the Department of Post, they signed an MOU. This MOU was signed with ESRI India Technologies Private Limited, and it is to use the high resolution imagery and street based maps for the DigiPin portal. Right? Directly remember this. Next, identify the organization that became the first in India to receive safety clearance for ground handling operations from DGCA in September. So which is the organization we are talking about? It is your Air India SATS Airport Service Private Limited. With this move, AISATS, it has become the first ground handling company in India to receive the approval. Next, name the initiative launched by the Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority under the Department of Commerce, right, in September to promote India's agri-food export. So what is the name of that initiative we are talking about? That is your Bharti. This is the name of that initiative aimed to promote India's agri-food exports, and it is designed to support over 100 agri-foods and agri-tech startups that will promote innovation and generate new export opportunities for young entrepreneurs. Next, which edition of the Global Sustainability Summit was held from 2nd to 3rd of September in Delhi, organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry ITC Center of Excellence for Sustainable Development? So, which edition of this Global Sustainability Summit was held? This was the 20th edition of the Global Sustainability Summit. Next, identify the mobile application launched by the Union Minister of Textiles, Giriraj Singh, on 2nd September to digitize the cotton procurement under the minimum support price scheme. So we have discussed this multiple times. It is Kapas Kisan that has been launched here to help the cotton procurement digitally. Next, Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved 1,500 crore rupees incentive scheme under National Critical Mineral Mission for recycling and producing critical minerals for a tenure of how much? For FY 25-26 to FY 2030-31. Right? Take a note of this. Next, which ministry along with the Ministry of Education has launched the guidelines for co-location of Anganwadi centers with schools on 3rd of September? So, which ministry we are talking about? It is the Ministry of Women, Child and Development. Right? The key objective of these guidelines that have been launched here are to facilitate school preparedness and seamless transition from Anganwadi centers to grade 1 in primary schools. Next, identify the private sector bank that partnered with the DPIIT under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry on 4th of September to support the startups in India. So, identify the private sector bank that we are talking about. It is ICICI Bank. Next, India, they developed the first indigenous water-soluble fertilizer technology. This water-soluble, it is a fertilizer technology. This is an initiative led by the Rajiv Chakrabarti, the president of Soluble Fertilizer Industry Association. So India developed the first indigenous water soluble fertilizer technology. With this, India will be able to even export the products made here in part of the world. And this new milestone is achieved after 5 years of rigorous research and development. And the commercial production of this technology, it is expected to reach the farmers within the next 2 years. Next, pick out the correct statement regarding the recent visit of Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to India. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, which organization introduced voluntarily hallmarking for silver jewelry with digital hallmarking unique identification system in September to ensure purity verification and customer protection? So, which organization is it? It is your Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Right, and this HUID mark will be provided to for the purification of the silver, and this will be effective from 1st of September 2025. Next, mention the global agency in which India joined September 2025 to strengthen governance and oversight of artificial intelligence in healthcare. It is Health AI GRN. Correct, and here remember, right, the main aim will be here knowledge sharing, collaboration will be done, and we will be seeing that AI will be promoted and various use cases will be coming up in the healthcare sector because of the research and development and research and innovation that will be taking place here. Next, Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnav has inaugurated TDK Corporation's Advanced Technologies Lithium-ion Battery Manufacturing Plant, where in Haryana. Right, this facility was set up with an initial investment of 3,000 crore rupees, and it is under India's electronic manufacturing cluster scheme. The production capacity here of this facility will be almost 2 crore battery packs annually will be established here or developed here or manufactured here. Next is mark the correct statement regarding the 56th GST meeting chaired by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am in September in Delhi. So mark the correct statement regarding this 56th GST meeting. If we look at the option here, all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 4th edition of Semicon India that was held in New Delhi. If we look at the options here, for Semicon India, here also all the 3 options are rightly mentioned. This is the 4th edition of Semicon India. Theme here is building the next semiconductor powerhouse. And here a Vikram 32 microprocessor, that is India's first indigenous 32-bit semiconductor microprocessor chip, was launched. Next, name the campaign launched by Union Minister Manohar Lal Khattar ji, right, who is our Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs in September, to enhance the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0. So name the campaign launched by him. It is Agnikar Campaign 2025. This campaign will be running from 4th of September till 31st of October. And here the main aim will be, or it will be launched in basically 2 phases and under this time period only. And the main aim of this phases will be that how can we implement the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the recent visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Japan from 29th to 30th of August. If we look at the options here, all these 3 options are rightly mentioned. Next, mention the place where 14th edition of exercise Maitri, that is an exercise between Indian Army and Royal Thai Army, took place in September. So this was held in Umroi, Meghalaya. This is the 14th edition of this exercise. Location is Umroi, Meghalaya, where this exercise took place. Next, identify the correct statement regarding Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to China from 31st of August to 1st of September. If we look at the options here, option A is right and C is right, B is wrong. B is saying Vietnam was granted the status of SCO dialogue partner by the CHS of SCO member nation. Is it correct? So no, it is not Vietnam that was granted here the status of SCO dialogue partner by the CHS of SCO. What is the country that was granted here? It is Laos People Democratic Republic, not Vietnam. Now option B is also right. Next, mention the name of the joint military exercise held between the armies of India and USA. The location of this exercise is Alaska, USA. So what is the exercise name? It is Yudh Abhyas. Right? This exercise, this is a joint military exercise held between the armies of India and USA in Alaska. Next, and one more thing, this is the 21st edition of this exercise. Moving on, mention the bank on which RBI imposed a monetary penalty of 44.7 lakh rupees in August due to non-compliance with certain statutory and regulatory directions that are issued by RBI. It is Bandhan Bank, right? Take a note of this, and it is 44.7 lakh rupees of penalty that was imposed. Moving on, SBI, they have signed a line of credit agreement worth 100 million euro with France-based agency Francis their development, that is AFD, and it was in Gujarat, and to support India's transition to a low carbon economy and to promote the green financing, that means to finance the green projects. Next, in August, where did Asian Development Bank, that is ADB, they have approved $125 million loan to transform urban infrastructure and strengthen the climate resilience in the state. It is Assam. So, where did ADB approve this $125 million loan to transform the urban structure and strengthen climate resilience in the state? It is Assam state. Right? Next, SEBI, they have introduced a revised framework to monitor intraday trading positions in index options, aimed to enhance transparency and strengthen risk management in the derivatives market, which will be coming into effect from 1st of October 2025. Next, Bank of Baroda, they have unveiled Bob Digi Udyam. This is a platform that is a fully digital collateral-free lending scheme that has been designed for whom? So this Bob Digi Udyam has been launched for micro and small enterprise, that is MSEs. And here loans ranging from 10 lakh rupees to 50 lakh rupees will be provided for a period of 1 year. Next, identify the bank that launched the third edition of the Spurs Week, a landmark initiative from 1st to 5th of September, bringing over 1 lakh employees across 5,868 branches, spanning 40 cities across India under the theme Raise the Bar. So identify the bank. It is Axis Bank, right? And the theme here is Raise the Bar, right? And the aim here is to redefine the customer experience, boost employees' engagement, and amplify the leadership presence across the Axis Bank network. Next, NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, they have increased the UPI transaction limit to 5 lakh rupees only for those categories that align with tax payment. Question asked is, identify the category which is not among the enhanced 5 lakh rupees limit. So which is the category? It is jewelry, right? And here for jewelry, or apart from this, the NPCI, they have raised the per transaction limit and aggregate transaction limit to 10 lakh rupees for 12 other categories also, right? Say for example, if we talk for credit card bill payments, the enhanced limit is 5 lakh rupees, right? And cumulative limit for 24 hours is 6 lakh rupees. For travel, it is per transaction limit is 5 lakh rupees, and for 24 hours, it is 10 lakh rupees. For insurance also, it is 5 lakh rupees, and the enhanced for 24 hours, it is 10 lakh rupees.